In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on April 23, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Baltimore Orioles versus Washington Nationals. This interleague matchup rolls on as two teams in need of a spark square off again in the nation's capital. The Baltimore Orioles hit the road to face the Washington Nationals on Wednesday night, continuing a 3-game set. Both clubs are looking to snap out of rough patches and notch a win that could give them some momentum as the season rolls forward. Baltimore's pitching staff has had a tough time settling in this year, and it's been especially rough with Morton, who's put up an earned run average north of 10 over his 5 starts. The Orioles have taken a beating recently, getting outscored 31-2 across their last 2 games, including a shutout loss on Tuesday. There's a bit of mystery around Sugano. He had a strong career in Japan, but at 35, he's still new to the major leagues. Washington's Williams isn't a dominant arm by any means, but he pitches to contact, and with Baltimore reeling, the Nationals hitters should be able to take advantage. Given Baltimore's current state, don't be surprised if Washington controls this one from start to finish. As our first pick for this matchup, the Washington Nationals money line is our full game side pick. When it comes to scoring totals, Baltimore has been part of some high-scoring affairs this season, with the over-hitting in 14 of their first 22 games. They're averaging 4.45 runs per game overall, which ranks them 12th in the league. But that number dips to just under 4 runs when they are on the road. The Orioles games have averaged a total of 10.14 runs, though that average drops to 8.64 when they play away from Camden Yards. On the other side, Washington has hit the over in 12 of their 23 games so far. The Nationals are putting up 4.35 runs a game, which puts them right around the middle of the league, but they've been more productive at home, scoring 5.3 runs per game at Nationals Park. Their games have averaged just over 9 runs per contest, and that number climbs a bit when they're at home. With these two teams going at it Wednesday night, don't be shocked if it turns into a slugfest. Both clubs rank near the bottom of the league in team earned run average, and Washington's bullpen has been particularly rough early in the 2025 season. Offensively, Baltimore has a couple of hot bats in Gunnar Henderson and Cedric Mullins, both of whom are coming off strong weeks with OPS numbers north of .900. They're capable of doing serious damage. The Orioles have gone over the total in 6 of their last 8 games, with 2 pushes, while Washington has cashed in the over in 7 of their last 9 home games. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Dodgers versus Chicago Cubs. The Los Angeles Dodgers, currently sitting at a 16-8 record, face off against the Chicago Cubs, who are 15-10 on April 23rd. This marks their 7th clash of the season. So far, the series is dead even at 3 wins apiece. The Dodgers started hot, grabbing the first 3 games, but the Cubs came roaring back, winning the last 3, most recently an 11-10 shootout on Tuesday night. While the Dodgers haven't named a starting pitcher yet, their bullpen has generally been a solid piece of their game this year. Even though they let a 10-7 lead slip away late on Tuesday, they've shown they can shut things down in the final frames. After dropping 3 straight to the Cubs, Los Angeles is due for a rebound. This game will also be the second time in just 2 weeks that they'll face lefty Matthew Boyd. So far, the Cubs haven't had much success with him on the mound, losing 3 of his 4 starts. As our first pick for this matchup, the Los Angeles Dodgers money line is our full game side pick. Both teams have been lighting up the scoreboard lately, and that makes betting on the under feel like a risky move no matter who's pitching. The Cubs have put up 6 or more runs in 3 of their last 4 games. Meanwhile, the Dodgers have scored at least 5 in 4 of their last 7. Chicago's offense has been rolling, and with no confirmed starter for Los Angeles, they could be in another good spot to do damage. At the same time, the Cubs bullpen has been shaky all year, opening the door for the Dodgers to return fire. Expect plenty of offense on both sides. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Toronto Blue Jays versus Houston Astros. The Toronto Blue Jays, sitting at 12 wins and 11 losses, are gearing up to face off against the Houston Astros, who are sitting at an even 11-11 in American League play on Wednesday night. This will be the last of a 3-game set, and the action goes down at Dakin Park. Both teams are looking to come out on top and head into their next series with a bit of momentum. But only one will walk away with the series win. One thing that really stands out heading into this matchup is how each team's pitching has handled keeping the ball inside the park. It's been a rough go for Toronto in that department. They've already given up 31 home runs this season, tying them for 27th across the league. Compare that to Houston, who have only surrendered 20 long balls so far, placing them up near the top, tied for 6th. Offensively, the gap shows up again when runners get on base. Toronto has been struggling to cash those in, ranking 23rd with a .639 OPS in those situations. Meanwhile, Houston is doing a bit better, sitting at 17th with a .679 OPS in recent matchups. The Astros have had the upper hand, winning 6 of the last 8 against the Jays. Things just haven't been clicking for Toronto lately. Their offense has gone cold, and the pitching isn't bailing them out either. Francis has been decent, with 16 hits and 8 earned runs allowed over 23 innings, but that won't make much difference if the bat stays silent. On the flip side, the Astros are finding their groove and arguably playing their best baseball of the season over the past week. Rookie Gusto has looked sharp early on, giving up 18 hits and 6 runs in 17 innings while punching out a batter per inning. He's also been going deeper into games lately, which gives Houston a boost when it comes to managing their bullpen. As our first pick for this matchup, the Houston Astros money line is our full game side pick. Over the last couple of weeks, both squads have had their fair share of offensive struggles. Toronto, for instance, is tied for 25th in team OPS over the last 15 days with a .640 mark and has only managed to score an average of 3.46 runs per game. Houston, while not exactly lighting it up either, ranks 15th with a .697 OPS and is putting up 4.38 runs per contest in that same stretch. On the pitching side, both bullpens have been doing solid work. Toronto's relievers come in at 14th with a 3.69 earned run average, and Houston's bullpen has been even stronger, sitting 4th overall with a 2.8 earned run average. Historically, this matchup tends to be lower scoring. The under has cashed in 7 of their last 10 meetings. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Colorado Rockies versus Kansas City Royals. The Colorado Rockies, who currently sit at 4 wins and 17 losses and are in last place in the National League West, are set to play the second game of a 3-game road series this Wednesday against the Kansas City Royals. The Royals come in at 9 wins and 14 losses, placing them 3rd in the American League Central. On Sunday, the Rockies managed to pick up a win against the Washington Nationals, ending that series with a 3-1 victory to avoid being swept. Having dropped the first 2 games, they now trail the division leader by 11 games. The Royals also avoided a sweep on Sunday, edging out a 4-3 win against the Detroit Tigers after losing the first 3 games of that 4-game set. Kansas City is 5 games back in their division. The Rockies are deep in a rough stretch, dropping 8 of their last 9 matchups. In interleague play, they've struggled too, going just 3-7 in their last 10 games against teams from the American League. Their pitching staff has been a big part of the problem. Colorado ranks dead last in WHIP and opponent batting average, and next to last in earned run average. Starting pitcher German Marquez has had a rough go of it this season. He's posted an earned run average of 8.27 and a WHIP of 1.84, and he's yet to win a game, going 0-3 so far. Over his last 3 outings, he's been hit hard, giving up 18 hits and 15 runs in just 10.2 innings. Things got particularly ugly in his last start against the Dodgers, where he didn't make it out of the first inning, surrendering 2 homers and 7 runs in just 2/3 of an inning. On the other side, Kansas City starter Michael Lorenzen hasn't been lights out either. He's given up 14 hits and 7 runs across his last 2 starts, which totaled 10.1 innings. Before that, he had a couple of decent outings, allowing 10 hits and 4 runs in 11.1 innings. Things aren't looking great for Colorado, and Marquez's recent form doesn't offer much hope either. This feels like a solid opportunity for the Royals to notch another win. Lorenzen has pitched well at home, and considering how weak Colorado's offense has looked, especially on the road, he should be able to keep them in check. If the Royals can jump on Marquez early, and there's every reason to think they can, they could be in control from the get-go. As our first pick for this matchup, the Kansas City Royals money line is our full game side pick. Neither of these starting pitchers is exactly setting the world on fire, and that might open the door for a high-scoring affair. Marquez comes in with an 8.27 earned run average, while Lorenzen isn't a whole lot better at 4.57. When the Rockies face teams from the American League Central, the runs tend to pile up. 13 of their last 20 games against those opponents have gone over the total. Kansas City, on the other hand, has usually been involved in games that stay under, but this matchup feels like it could buck that trend. With shaky starters on the hill and underwhelming bullpens backing them up, runs could come fast and early. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago White Sox versus Minnesota Twins. In the middle game of a 3-game series in the American League Central, the Chicago White Sox are facing off against the Minnesota Twins on Wednesday evening at Target Field. David Festa has been nearly untouchable on the mound to start the season, while Bryce Wilson, a relief pitcher, is expected to serve as an opener for this game. Wilson has struggled with consistency when it comes to getting outs early in games. Even when the starters exit and the bullpens come in, there's still a noticeable difference. The White Sox sit 19th in the league with a 4.28 earned run average from their bullpen, while the Twins rank 15th with a 3.69 bullpen earned run average. The Twins have also been successful in recent matchups, winning 8 of the last 10 games against the White Sox. The line for this game seems a bit off, but when you're betting on the White Sox, it's tough to make the lines big enough to avoid fading them. On the season, Chicago is one of the worst teams for sports bettors, coming in second to only the Colorado Rockies in terms of poor performance against the spread. Minnesota has dominated the recent head-to-head matchups, winning 8 of the last 10, with 7 of those victories coming by a margin of 2 runs or more. Chicago's road record this season is abysmal, sitting at just 1-10. As our first pick for this matchup, the Minnesota Twins to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both of these teams have struggled to hit home runs this season. The Twins are 26th in Major League Baseball, averaging 45.25 at-bats per home run, while the White Sox aren't far behind in 23rd place with 41.71 at-bats per homer. Both teams rank among the bottom 5 offenses in the league. The White Sox are dead last in MLB with a .576 team OPS, while the Twins are 27th with a .620 OPS. Minnesota's offense is in the bottom 3rd in terms of runs scored, while Chicago's inability to generate power, as evidenced by their MLB low total for home runs, severely limits their ability to produce runs. Although the Twins' bullpen has been inconsistent at times, it has enough ability to miss bats and neutralize Chicago's weak-hitting lineup. The White Sox have scored 3 runs or fewer in their last 3 games against the Twins. We can expect this game to be low-scoring. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.